Get your live music fix with the best of Pearl Jam tribute music. Washed in Black will be performing for one night only, 7 p.m. on August 27th at the Federal Way Performing Arts Center. Experience a tribute to one of the most prolific bands of our time with Seattle's own Washed in Black as they celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the release of 10. Get tickets at fwpaec.org. Thank you to our sponsor, Becker Retirement Group.
For tank and tankless hot water heaters, for clogged drains, for leaky faucets, for toilets that won't flush. Stop freaking and call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical is your trusted source to solve all your plumbing needs. 1-800-FREAKIN or beaconplumbing.net.
Hey, Ola, it's Miles. Thank you guys for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast.
Have you heard our newest podcast? It's called The Greatest Story Never Told.
Download it today on radio.com. Be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded every Tuesday at noon.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to season 15 and episode number 3,309. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. And you are the Men's Room. On tap today, once again, we play Big Jimmy. Ted's Meat and Potatoes has foods the fast food industry has decided to not bring back. Oh, no. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, Men's Room Shout of the Day, funnable listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Clack, clack. Drinking a joy.
All right, here we go. Pittsburgh Ginzer gets naked in a drive-in movie theater before punching 3 people in the face. To New Jersey, where cops break up a party at an Airbnb. Could you imagine renting this with 700 people milling about your place? Florida couple arrested for violating quarantine after testing positive and then shopping at the Winn-Dixie. Across the pond in Oxford, a curious cow rescued after getting his head stuck in a tree. And a Florida flight attendant comes home early to find her better half with another half. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. Today is the day that we play Big Dummy, the game show that rewards you for your stunning ignorance. Here's how it works. You call us, we will spin the category. Oh, I'm getting there, man. We will spin the category wheel, and then we will ask you a question from that category. But here's where Big Dummy separates itself from your average, more reputable game show. We will continue to ask you questions until you get one right, because as always, we want you to leave here smarter than you showed up. So far this year, our biggest dummy has been the lovely and talented Jason, who hails from Cedar Rapids and found a way to answer 15 consecutive questions wrong. Can you do better? Of course you can. Everyone else has, so give us a call and off we go on Big Dummy.
Big contestant to play Big Dummy, call 206-421-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Text 77999 and send those emails to themensroom@KISW.com.
Get your live music fix with the best of Pearl Jam tribute music. Washed in Black will be performing for one night only, 7 p.m. on August 27th at the Federal Way Performing Arts Center. Experience a tribute to one of the most prolific bands of our time with Seattle's own Washed in Black as they celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the release of 10. Get tickets at fwpaec.org. Thank you to our sponsor, Becker Retirement Group.
Make contact. A collective psychosis is sweeping the nation. We're in the thick of the haze craze, and Elysian is introducing an altered state of IPA. Contact Haze is a tangled chemistry of mild haze, low bitterness, and an explosion of hop aroma. This hazy IPA bursts with notes of bright raspberry, currant, citrus, guava, and passion fruit. Available in 6-pack cans in stores and in all Seattle Elysian locations. Make contact.
Must be 21. Please enjoy responsibly.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Well, that's how you start a show. Fired up. Oh, man. Old patrols, and away we go. Welcome to season 15, episode number 3,309. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. It's a guaranteed future repeat, as once again we welcome in the head chef, Ted's Meat and Potatoes. Unfortunately, today, the fast food industry has decided not to bring back. The good news is these places are still in business, where a lot of restaurants have had to shut down across the United States. But some of the fast food chains that are still up and kicking, I saw the other day where McDonald's, they are going to close 200 locations in the United States. And when you think about success and you think about America, you think about McDonald's and the fact that for whatever reason, fast food is popular as it is right now. Look,
sure.
Even McDonald's is having some tough times, but everyone has done a pretty good job of paring down their menus and taking certain items off and, kind of simplifying things a little bit with the pandemic. So the fast food industry has decided not to bring back. That's coming up with the head chef. And today is the day that we play the game known as Big Dummy. It's an easy game to play. We will spin a category wheel, and you're either playing for Team Sober or not. Team Not Sober. Our biggest dummy last time was Jason. Took him 16 questions to get one right. I can't remember the name of our lovely contestant last week, but she was right up there.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, I mean, she almost tied Jason. It was pretty bad stuff. But when we do play the game known as Big Dummy, we always like to do a men's room poll. The last time we played the game, big announcement, the NHL, we knew a franchise was coming. We didn't know the name of the team, but we knew at that point that it would, in fact, be the Seattle Kraken.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, we started to think about, well, baseball's picking up now, and the Mariners are back in action. It maybe could happen that the NFL will play this year. But either way, as far as the NHL playing in Seattle, we asked, what would you like to see first? Would you like to see the Lombardi Trophy come back to Seattle? That, of course, is the NFL Super Bowl trophy. Another MLS Cup. There was just one last year with the Sounders. The World Series. The Mariners, I don't believe, have ever been to one. And then a Stanley Cup, as well as a new team came into town. So we ask you to go to Twitter, if you follow the men's room on Twitter, and vote, and here are the results. At 5% of the vote, the least likely trophy that you'd like to see brought to Seattle right away would be the MLS Cup. I think that has a lot to do with the fact that they won it last year.
Yeah,
Still here.
Currently here.
And they won it before that. You know what I mean? So it's in the short history of that franchise, there has been a lot of success. Now, the Lombardi Trophy came in at number 3rd, believe it or not.
Number 3rd.
Number third. Jesus Christ. Lombardi Trophy, 20%. As much as I love the NFL, that would be my trophy I'd want to bring home because I'm an NFL fan.
Yeah.
Only 20% of you said that would be the way you wanted to go. Stanley Cup came in at number 2 with the addition of the Kraken at 29%, overwhelmingly. You guys wanted a World Series. 46% said if we could do one thing here in Seattle, we would bring home the World Series trophy.
Terrible news for 46% of our listeners.
And not only that, but a lot of the listeners who called up and voted, look, they might be Red Sox fans. They still voted for the World Series. So we didn't care where you came from or what the deal was. We just wanted to see based on your team, what would you like to see? And today we're going to talk about kind of what's going on in the world. And there's a lot of craziness, and it involves animals. And we like to talk about animals on the program, but as far as animals, they seem to be a little bit more curious these days with people more staying at home.
Sure.
There's a lot of different things going on. And we start with a story that we brought you that's happening in Thailand. The police say monkeys have taken over a city, and they are fighting to try to control them now. But the situation, they say, honestly seems hopeless. The customers waiting outside of a bank in Thailand left their jewelry at home. They kept other treasures out of sight. But danger, they say, lurked anyway. In broad daylight, as they sat there in line, they watched a thief steal an iced tea and brazenly attack a motorcycle rider on a motorcycle seat. One woman then quit her place in line when a monkey crept up to her and threatened to bite her. The city is under siege. These crab-eating macaws, a Southeast Asian species with piercing eyes.
When you say that, it sounds like an insult. Crab-eating macaws.
The crab-eating macaws. I'm a crab-eating human. And curious natures have spilled out of their temples where they were once revered and taken over the heart of the old town. The population, they estimate now, is about 8,400 of these within a few concentrated city blocks. They have decimated the local economy. The troops of these roaming the neighborhood, dozens of businesses, including a music school, gold shop, barber, cell phone store, movie theater. They have all had to close in recent years because of the monkeys. Well, the coronavirus,
with the monkeys.
this has added to the chaos. The monkeys drew droves of tourists as well as Buddhist faithful who believe that feeding the animals is a meritorious deed. Their favorite offerings, they would give the monkeys coconut yogurt, strawberry soda, brightly colored snack packs. Now those monkeys don't understand why their source of subsistence is gone, and they're hungry. Over the years, the monkeys moved then into abandoned buildings, trashing display cases, rattling the bars installed to keep them out. Security guards had to be vigilant. They rip antennas off windshields. They rip windshield wipers off of parked cars. You cannot wear any kind of dangling earring. You cannot wear sunglasses, any kind of plastic bag that might look like it has anything in it. They are irresistible to monkeys. They will attack you for it.
I just can't pass up a plastic bag, man.
Yep. Residents
Say, bro, what you got in the plastic bag, man?
and they sneak attack. So they're always in fear of the next sneak attack. Sometimes it's the color of their clothing. Local officials and residents have few options to fend off the gangs. Besides, they say in the past, the monkeys drew tourists there. So without them, the economy is also suffering. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. But with an influx of monkey-enhanced visitors, I guess they say they came as easily as some of the unhealthy food that they were being fed, and this changed them a little bit. Along with bananas and citrus, the macaques started feasting on junk food. Apparently, these monkeys, their fur thinned. Some of them went bald. Without having to worry about their next meal, the monkeys, which can normally give birth twice a year, they had more time for other pursuits.
Oh.
And the population
Sexy
exploded.
monkey time.
To give you an idea, all right? A truck, they say, presumably from out of town, who didn't know where he was, idled at a red light. Its flatbed was filled with crates of fruit for the market. Well, a monkey spotted the produce, wove through the traffic, leapt onto the truck, and held aloft a juicy dragon fruit, one of them. Mm-hmm. Then he called out to his other macaque friends. Dozens more came. By the time the light turned green, the crates had all been cleared from the truck, and the gorging began.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem with monkeys.
They are trying to sterilize these monkeys. More than 300 animals underwent a vasectomy last month, or a
They give them bags of peas.
And 200 more will be sterilized in August. But yeah, the idea of living within these troops of monkeys, that would be something else. Okay. Next on the list is the mighty alligator. And alligators, as you know, are on the southeast part of the United States, also in Texas and other areas. But one thing about alligators is that they are everywhere. If there's any kind of water, you're gonna find probably an alligator. This happened in League City, Texas. It took 3 hours, lots of muscle, and few sheets of plywood, they say, to pull a 12-foot-long alligator from Clear Creek. Here's what happened. The gator had its sights set on a 4-year-old who was playing in his yard. Brandolin Grand. He was playing with a brother and their babysitter Friday along that part of the creek at their family home. He was headed straight for. There's no doubt about that. The dad was inside looking out the window and saw this giant alligator beelining for his kid. Came straight up the bulkhead, snuck back down, then started to attack. It happened to be kind of standing where we are right now. Basically, he ran toward the kids, the family babysitter. The family said it was apparent the alligator had zeroed in on the youngest. After Gran got his daughter and her babysitter to safety, they eventually got an alligator hunter out there. It took them 3 hours. In the process, they hoisted the 11-foot, 7-inch alligator from the water. They duct taped its head. They do not say what happened to the alligator in this story.
But someone is wearing it on its feet.
But if you've ever been to Florida, you know for a fact that there's a lot of pools in people's backyard.
Yeah.
All those pools are netted in for a reason.
Sure.
Because if not, you might jump into the pool, come home one night, it's a little bit dark, jump in the water, and there's an alligator in there.
Yeah, or a snake or something.
We had the story about the alligators that were fighting at someone's front door.
Yes. They thought someone was knocking on the door, and it's like, oh, no, it's fighting alligators.
They often hide under parked cars.
Right.
So when you go to the grocery store, you look under your car. All right, so alligators are next up, but you need to live behind or beside. Then we go to locusts. And, man, if you don't know what's going on, they are saying this is a biblical scope around the globe. I just pulled one area. This
Have
is
you
Africa.
seen pictures of this?
This is going on in India. This is going in Sardinia. Italy is getting devastated.
Yeah.
A lot of Europe. They are everywhere. It's amazing. I mean, it's a cloud of these bugs that come in. We were bitching about the locusts on the
cicadas,
East Coast.
yeah.
Cicada. This isn't even close.
No, it's not at all.
They say titanic swarms of desert locusts resembling dark storm clouds are descending ravenously on the Horn of Africa. Basically, they eat everything. If you got a tree in your front yard, it is gone. You cannot go outside. They've also eaten so far right now 10% of the world's food population.
Damn.
To give you an idea how fast this goes. So basically, what a locust is this. It starts out as a grasshopper, and then something triggers this thing, and they change their body size. They get bigger. They change their color. Their brain changes. Their psychology changes. And basically, they just start swarming everything and devouring practically everything in sight. They do not bite humans. In Kenya, they say it's the worst outbreak that they've ever seen. They go back 70 years. To give you an idea, a swarm of locusts range anywhere from a square third of a mile to 100 square miles or more.
Good God.
With 40 million to 80 million locusts packed in a half square mile. They bulldoze everything in sight. One swarm was reportedly 25 miles long by 37 miles wide. To give you an idea, that would blanket the city of Paris over 24 times.
Jesus.
That's one cloud of
Do they just get pissed?
No, I've seen whatever documentaries anyone else has seen. They explain something, but like Miles was saying, something physiologically changes, but I don't know if it's some chemical they put out, but it ends up affecting like all of these former grasshoppers, and they get in these swarms. It's like watching a zombie movie, right? Like one person gets bitten, next thing you know, the whole town's like that. Like for whatever reason, they flip this switch, man, and then all of them kind of flip the switch at the same time, and that's why you get these big-ass swarms.
I'm still thinking they're just mad about something.
I'm just mad.
Yeah. We watched a video yesterday where this bear walks up to a Jeep, Jeep Wrangler, and opens the door.
But it knew to. Like, it just walked up to the handle because it knew, like, hey, you pull the handle, the door pops.
Stood up, opened the door, and the guy from the balcony goes, "Hey, don't do that." The bear, cuts down. But then he gets back up, tries to pull it. "Hey, don't do that." We've had all kinds of bear stories.
We had a video last week where the bear opened the door with the handle, pushed it open, but knew to put its paw up so the door would not ricochet shut.
But I wanted to read you this one. This one just happened in Montana. This is fresh off the press. Montana man lucky to be alive after a grizzly bear attack this week. The accident occurred outside his home. As fast as that bear came out and got my husband, he couldn't have gotten to a gun if he had one. Apparently, this thing just bull rushed him. My kids were home last night. I told
bear
them,
rushed him, maybe?
Yep, bear rushed him. Turn on the floodlights, let the dogs out. I want you guys close to the house. This family has 9 children. They live in the Chateau area.
Chateau.
They were warned by a neighbor that grizzly tracks and grizzlies could be in the area. The attack was a case of being in the wrong place, they say, at the wrong time. According to the report, Jamie, the dad, and their 12-year-old daughter, they were heading to their pickup, and the husband decided to poke his head in a nearby shed on their property to see if any leftover grain had attracted the bear. I think he had grain and alfalfa in there.
Okay.
Which apparently bears eat.
Really?
He just put his head in.
Yeah, bears are big, but they eat relatively healthy.
I'm just thinking if I were a bear, I'd maul him because, like, alfalfa.
He's probably trying to trim that COVID-15 he's got. Then right there, the bear growled and charged at him as fast as he could. And when the husband turned around, he tripped. The bear was going so fast, it blew over the top of him, then spun around, then came back and attacked. While the man didn't initially see the bear, she did hear her husband's screams, followed by the bear's roar. The bear had him and was throwing him like a rag doll. This is a grizzly bear. My 12-year-old daughter was standing by me. She was watching her dad and screaming her head off. There's a bear, there's a bear. The mom jumped into the truck and decided she's going to run this bear over, even with her husband on top. She's going to just try to hit him, whatever. So when she gunned it, the bear finally got off, but took off with her husband.
Oh, no.
So he still had the husband. As it fled,
oh, no.
She chased with a truck. They eventually found the dad. He dropped him off in a field, and he assumed he was dead because he was lying face down on the ground. When they got up to him, the dude got up, walked back to the truck, took his wife and pushed her into the passenger seat so he could drive. His wife insisted she drive. She kicked him out, put him back in. He was treated for serious cuts and bites to his upper body. The bear had bit through his palm completely and tore a chunk of meat out of it. He's got 4 bite marks on his back and just below his shoulder, which is ripped apart. He's got a big gash with teeth marks in there as well. So this guy lives in Montana.
I like that she hit the bear with the truck, and I understand her line of thinking, and then the bear takes off with the person you're trying to save.
So you live in an area, and we're going to say this: you're only going to live there for a summer.
It's just the summer.
It's just summer. It's a group, but
it's a family trip.
Yeah.
You're going somewhere new,
and it's the time where you want to jump into the water, and you want to be able to basically, enjoy swimming and all that stuff. As the kids in Texas were swimming in that creek earlier that day, they'd also removed 3 other alligators from that same creek in that same area the previous week that were 11 to 13 feet in size.
Right.
So to me, fresh water is not something that you can actually utilize.
Wait a minute. Yesterday, you guys were like, I'm all about the fresh water, and I said, I'm a beach guy.
Not there.
I understand. Oh, but now.
Not there. Oh, not there.
Oh, I'm going to find you on the beach with me then.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, I'll pull up a chair.
Oh, hell yeah. But
yesterday, you and Ted are all about the fresh water. And now, right, because the idea of what might be in the ocean, I understand it. And now you're doing your research for the poll today, and you get to the fact that there's these big-ass dinosaurs that have no problem eating you. Right in that lake that you guys were chilling in.
But true story, the alligators are for the first time in a long time now sunning on the beaches in Louisiana and on the Gulf of Mexico.
But alligators, they go both, right?
They typically don't stay in salt water for very long. Now, they might come to a delta area and do a little fishing, but salt water and them don't jive. On a crocodile, yeah. But alligators tend to be freshwater. So the fact that they're on the beach, the fact that they're in the salt water, that's a little different too. You never hear of an alligator attack in the Gulf of Mexico.
Maybe the alligators are like me.
So you have to deal.
The beach.
You have to deal with one, but it's just for the summer when you're living in this lovely location. So would you rather have to deal with bears, locusts, alligators, and monkeys? That is our men's room poll. All right, the game is Big Dummy. 206-421-ROCK. Steve, who is our first contestant, ready to play the big game?
Ted knows who it is. James, welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola. James, you sober, not sober?
I am sober. Out working today.
Okay. James, where are you working?
I deliver beer at the grocery store.
Oh, James, the beer guy. All right, man. James, you got to deal with one for the summer. Will it be bears, locusts, alligators, or monkeys?
Y'all picked a good one today. Well, I don't know. I think I'd rather deal with the locust.
Locust?
The locust? Oh. Yeah, not me,
man.
You
can't even go outside.
The locusts and the monkeys were the first 2 I scratched off my list. Like, I'm not trying to deal with either one of those. And I know the locusts don't really attack you or bite you, but
they're all over you.
That's just too many bugs, and at some point you just get scared. The monkeys, there's no chance. So, man, I think
you talk about being in a situation where you're in complete and total quarantine. Locusts, by definition, make that happen. You can't leave your house.
Would you rather deal with them or the monkeys?
Stay inside.
Well, they're to do the same
by
thing.
A bear or an alligator or attacked by a monkey.
I mean, basically, it's between alligators and bears.
Right, that's where I'm at, man.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, here is your first question. In the movie The Lion King, what does Hakuna Matata mean?
Good to talk to you guys means no worries.
What's that?
No worries.
Oh, hang on. Let me get to the right thing. We must send you out the proper sound effects.
Oh!
Yeah, Hakuna Matata. I
means
could not remember.
Worries? Is that like Hawaiian?
It sounds
it's
Hawaiian.
I mean, it's a worry-free philosophy.
Is it like some kind of Zion thing?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Hakuna Matata always sounded Hawaiian to me. I don't know. Obviously, The Lion King did not take place in Hawaii. I remember them singing
or something like
but
that.
But I didn't remember what they were saying.
Isn't it Swahili?
Is it Swahili?
I think so.
Sounds Hawaiian. I'm going to say it's Hawaiian.
I think
even if it's Swahili,
it's a movie based in Africa.
I know that, but you think lions speak English? Now all of a sudden we must be grounded in reality.
Yeah.
For the term Hakuna Matata, it's a story about talking monkeys and talking lions.
What language do they speak in South Africa, Mike? Come on.
The lions?
English. When they cross over, they have to. They want to get anything done.
Just say you could suspend reality that the lions are talking, but I mean, you can't put a Hawaiian song in a movie based in Africa.
That's a good point.
That
That's
would
crazy.
just be ridiculous.
I mean, seriously. You got to have rules, bro.
Okay. Game is Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Jerry. Welcome to the men's room.
Weed, whiskey, and wenches.
Hola!
Jerry, you sober, not sober?
Not sober.
All right, Jerry, welcome to the show again. Jerry, what are you having to deal with for just one summer that surrounds your area there? Bears, locusts, alligators, or monkeys?
Well, the pest that would suck the least to me would be gators.
Gators. Well, look, man, the state of Florida is one of the most populated states in the United States of America.
Yeah, but look who lives there.
Right.
I mean, that argument does not hold up.
I'm not sure if I'd want to live in a gator area just based on the fact that I'd have to live in an area with those people.
Right. I'd rather deal with the gators than the people.
Or you'd rather live in a bear area such as Alaska?
I've always had a good time in Alaska. I mean, I'm sure Montana's fun. The areas where bears are don't bother me. It's fun. It's beautiful. You know what I mean? It's just the fact that the woods have bears.
The areas where monkeys are beautiful.
Yeah, I
the
mean,
problem is all the monkeys.
I'm going to Thailand for the beaches. You know that.
Of course.
Yeah, I think I'd rather just be in bear area.
Me too. You know what, man? No, I'm going to take gators. Going to gator area.
If you go to gators, you're going to have sun. If you go to bears, you're going to have cold winters.
That's what I'm saying. And for that reason alone.
But it is the summer.
Reason alone. Well, that's true. Damn it. All right, I'll get back to you now. All right, here
Go hang out with
your
the
question.
gators and the snakes and the rest of Florida.
Well, it's the people that are the biggest problem. Right. All right, here's your question. The material nylon is named after what two cities?
Nylon is named after two cities. Let's see. London and New York.
Oh, Jerry!
Well, no, it's right there.
Oh, man, I know, but they reversed it.
I know. Well, he reversed it.
Yeah,
Nylon.
Exactly. Okay. All right, very good.
It was news to me, too. Trust
Or
me.
a big dummy coming up. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-421-ROCK.
Make contact. A collective psychosis is sweeping the nation. We're in the thick of the haze craze, and Elysian is introducing an altered state of IPA. Contact Haze is a tangled chemistry of mild haze, low bitterness, and an explosion of hop aroma. This hazy IPA bursts with notes of bright raspberry, currant, citrus, guava, and passion fruit. Available in 6-pack cans in stores and in all Seattle Elysian locations. Make contact.
Must be 21. Please enjoy responsibly.
If 2020 has taught us anything, it's to take nothing for granted. So when you expect hot water and get cold, when you expect the shower to drain and it doesn't, when you turn the furnace on and it won't start, stop freaking and call Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical. 1-800-FREAKIN'.
You're in the men's room. 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle.
Check out the brand new KISW face mask, available now at KISW.com. Doing a lot of good when you pick that up, as a portion of each mask goes to our friends at the Washington State Nurses Association. And you got to have a mask to go anywhere these days. Not only do you have to have a mask, you need to wear a stylish mask. I've been thinking about this a lot. I got like 3 or 4 masks. I got a couple of KISW masks. I got a mask my buddy gave me. I need to wash them all. But we're at the, I think we're at the stage now where you can't be a one-mask person. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I got questions about it at Starbucks, man. They finally commented on my KISW mask. And the girl behind the counter, so I've been going on there a couple of days in a row, and she goes, so how many of those do you have? And I realized at that moment, lie. So I said 3. And she's like, okay. Because I realized really what she was saying was, you wear this every day. Are you washing that?
It's amazing how many old people really like the mask, too. Because, you know, they're
It's
like,
all old people.
I love your mask.
This
you
actually,
like this?
This is not a great
I look
sales
like
pitch.
Rob Zombie.
I know.
Pick up the KISW face mask now. It is stylish at KISW.com. All right, the game is Big Dummy. 206-421-ROCK. Who is our next contestant ready to play the game?
We have some comments that came in. So today's poll, we asked, look, for the summer, you went on a vacation, but you have to deal with one of these things, and all of these are in the news right now. Bears, locusts, alligators, monkeys. And these are based on the news stories where all of these things are kind of taking over, so to speak, in respective areas. So somebody says, look, locusts are the only ones that won't kill me. I'm going locusts. That's fair. Someone else says, oh, God, what is it? He says, hey, man, gators. I lived in Florida for 2 years. They were more fun to mess with than anything else. You can outrun the big ones, plus they can't climb a tree like a bear. Well, all right.
That's a strong point.
That's fair. Regarding Hakuna Matata, what does it mean? Don't worry, it's from the movie The Lion King. And I said it sounds Hawaiian. I understand it took place in Africa. And it turns out, yes, Mike, you said it is, in fact, Swahili. Someone here, what is it? They say, hey, man, The Lion King, just an animated version of Black Panther. Everybody spoke English in Africa. Ironically, they at least had African accents, though. Fair enough. Oh, and we were talking about Thailand.
Mm-hmm. The beaches.
That is where the monkeys have taken over a specific town in Thailand. And, yes, you made the comment, we go for the beaches, because that's what everyone says. So somebody commented, they said, nobody goes to Thailand for the beaches, LOL. I have a couple of friends that said the same thing.
They always say that.
But I never knew that the beaches in Thailand could also give you chlamydia.
Yes.
Who would have thought it?
Right. I mean, I have heard that no less than 3 different times.
Because they can't
From
tell you the truth.
3 different individuals. Oh, yeah, we go every year. You go to Thailand every year? Don't branch out? No. Beautiful beaches.
I told you, I know one guy that went legit for the beaches only because it was his honeymoon.
Okay, well, that's different.
Then, right.
That's
but that's
different.
not why he wanted to go.
All right, the game is Big Dummy 206
That's just why he went.
He also was getting into scuba diving.
Okay, all right.
And when he was on his honeymoon, he told me, he goes, man, I lost my wedding ring scuba diving. And I go, you think that's a bad sign? And he was kind of salty about it. But he got divorced.
Oh. Did you call him back to be like, oh, it's a bad sign, bro?
It was just one of those things. He was kind of salty for a few months, but 3 years later, we were sitting there one night having a beer, and I referenced it, and he's like, yeah, I remember.
Mm-hmm. I remember. By the way, has he been back to Thailand?
He has not.
Oh, okay.
She made the money.
Oh.
So now he's living in a
van by the river.
That's right.
Hello, Taylor. Welcome to the men's room.
Boo!
Boo!
Taylor, sober, not sober?
I am sober for now.
Sober for now, Taylor. Welcome to the show. All right, Taylor, for a summer, you need to live by one of these animals. Will it be bears, locusts, alligators, or monkeys?
Well, I was thinking about it, and bears can open doors, and they usually eat you from the butt up, so that's definitely a no.
That's how I like it, brother.
Mm-hmm. How do you eat?
Well,
depends on my company. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't do locusts. I don't like bugs.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Crocs seem cool. I really want to kick a monkey, so bad.
So you want to go monkey?
Here's the problem with the monkeys, man, all right? If you had to kick a gator or kick a bear, I'm not saying it would be the most effective thing, but you still only have to deal with that gator or bear. If you kick a monkey, he makes a sound, and all of his buddies come over and kick your ass.
Good, and they can catch hands, all of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what are you going to go with, you think, Taylor?
I'm picking monkeys.
Yeah,
monkeys it is.
Monkeys. All right, here is your question, monkey boy. What sport did Don Mattingly play?
Baseball.
3, 1, and done.
I know.
Big dummy.
Question's supposed to be too easy.
He still coaches, Ted? Do we know
He's
that?
the manager of the Miami Marlins.
He is. Oh, boy. That is not a good position.
That's what I was like. He's been in the news recently.
He has. Is he? Did he test positive as well? I know 19 players, they said, as of today.
I'm not sure.
And 2 from the Phillies as of today. So there was now.
And the Fanatic.
And the Fanatic?
No, all right. I'm
okay. Golly, he's wearing that whole thing.
God.
You think if anything would help you from the COVID, it'd be that outfit. I mean,
Gritty's been on a ventilator since, it's bad, man. Why are you laughing, Ted? It's sad. Poor Gritty.
The NHL is in 2 cities in Canada, right? That's how their bubble works.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the Philadelphia Flyers, there's a billboard in one of the cities where it's Gritty's peeking out at people. He is so weird, but awesome.
Oh, hey, Miles, someone wanted to let us know surfers go to Thailand. I'm sure they do. Accountants go to Thailand.
Yeah.
Pizza delivery guys go to Thailand.
Everyone goes to Thailand for the beaches. That's why they go.
I understand you are a surfer. I understand that you're in Thailand. I understand that you might surf when you're in Thailand. I just don't believe you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Thailand has some waves that I wouldn't want to surf. Game is Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK. Who is our next contestant ready to play the big game?
I think it depends if you're going to Thailand or you're going to Bangkok.
What is the what's the difference?
Well, Bangkok is known as one of those cities around the world for vice and
so it's the reason people go to Thailand,
and, right? All that stuff. So if somebody said oh, I'm going to this city in Thailand, I'd be like, all right, you're going to see Thailand. But right, if you're just
what day you going
to Bangkok? If somebody like me goes, I'm going to Bangkok for 4 days. You know what I'm doing.
We know what you're doing.
It's right there in the name.
Yeah, I'm slugging cheap beers. I'm hanging out with the bar girls
and having sex with wenches.
The beaches.
but you were
I'm going to stop through ye old Thailand.
Ye old Thailand, ye old Bangkok. Get some Bangkok.
The world
wenches.
can be your oyster.
And then tell people you went for the beaches. Hello, Jamie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola. Jamie, are you sober or not sober?
El Pancho G, Miles.
Okay, not sober.
You got it.
That's not bad stuff.
No, it's good. It's a nice indica hybrid. It's a purple punch hybrid. It's very good.
Have you ever smoked anything from Western culture?
I don't think so. This is from Cloud9 Farms.
Oh, Cloud9 Farms. All right, very good. Okay.
I'm buddies.
Your buddies? Hey, Jamie, you got to live with one for a summer. Will it be bears, locusts, alligators, or monkeys?
All right, so I'm going to take the bears.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm going to take the bears is because for the last 17 years, I've lived in bear country down here in Long Beach, Washington. On the Long Beach Peninsula, there's more black bears here than anywhere else. According to the Washington Department of Fish and Game, there's more black bears per square mile here on the Long Beach Peninsula than anywhere else in the entire state of Washington.
That's why all the other bears moved out.
You've been there that long. So how many bears have you seen in your lifetime? Would you guess?
20.
20.
Yep.
Have any startled you?
Here, you got to watch out for them. There's two things you got to watch out for. You got to watch out for them crossing the road, and you got to watch out for your garbage. So if you if you have your garbage can, either keep it inside until garbage day, or you tie it up and you strap the lid down, and you watch out for them on the road, crossing the road. Other than that, you're pretty okay.
But say when trash day arrives, so for my neighborhood, trash day is tomorrow. Normally I take my trash down, well, it'll be tonight, Thursday night. Obviously not there, but how much time do you have to leave a trash can, say, out in front of your house or the end of the driveway before the trash truck or the bear shows up?
All right, I'll tell you, Thrill, the trick is to put it out the morning of trash day pickup and not the night before.
All right.
Because if you put it out the night before, you're going to wake up in the morning with a mess and you're going to be freaking pissed.
No one likes that.
All right.
No.
Here is your question. What time is tea time in England?
Oh, shoot. I couldn't tell you. You got me on that one.
I think it's 10, isn't it?
4.
Nope, 4 p.m.
4.
Oh, now you know. Mm-hmm. Last week, you're like 2 or 3. Mike looks it up. It's 4.
Tea time.
By the way, Ted, Nostrovia.
Oh, cheers.
How about high? Is that high tea? Is that what that's considered?
Is that high tea or just tea time?
I just
don't know
you
if
have
they're
tea
the
in the
same
afternoon.
thing.
Okay.
And that's a real deal thing.
I know when I was in Victoria, British Columbia, they have high tea at the Fairmount. And that's like one of the big things to do. I'm like,
what
why
time?
It's like between 10 and 3 because they're so packed, they bring in different people with different waves.
Yeah, that might be a little... Man, I'm not sure. Was there like little small sandwiches?
I never did it, but all the females in my world have, my kids, and everybody says the same thing. My mom, this is the best tea I've ever had in my life. And I'm like, I can't.
So?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
still.
I know.
I don't care.
I'm not getting excited about that.
I mess with tea.
I mean, tea is tea, but I'm not excited to drink tea and eat cucumber sandwiches. Like, dude,
That's
don't
basically
invite me
what
to
it
that.
is.
I know it
It's not a
is.
very exciting drink.
No, it's just not.
No.
Place is packed, though, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'd go get some tea. But I have a friend. She married an Englishman.
Mm-hmm.
He drinks a cup of tea every afternoon.
What are you going to take, a tea or a beer?
Well,
what do you think?
well, to be dead honest with you, at 4 o'clock, I'll probably have to take the tea. Plus, it's Saturday.
All right, here's your question. What was Iran known as until 1935?
Oh, shoot, man. I don't know that one either.
Wait a minute. I know this.
You know it. You've heard it.
Persia?
Persia. There you go.
Ted, I'm getting the idea why people like tea at the Fairmount more so than just the tea.
Yeah, they got some macaroons.
I know. Sandwiches, you're right. Cucumber sandwiches.
All right, the question.
So I think that's what separates high tea from just like having tea time in the afternoon.
Okay.
All right. So you have a little food.
All right, maybe I do high tea. I'm not doing tea.
Tea time is also one of those fun ones. Add an MF at the end.
Tea time, mother. All right, your question. What do you ferment?
Once again, bedroom callers, here are the 7 words you can't say on the radio. Sucker, mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now, back to the program.
You were doing so well saying shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Very sorry, guys.
Oh, we got you. We got you.
You know, when you
that's the
say
first time
it,
I've ever done this, and I've talked to you guys lots of times.
I was going to say, we've talked to you enough. I believe that you feel bad.
I do.
By the way, somebody commented, I bet those bears are at Long Beach for the beaches.
You definitely are there for the beaches.
Sure.
I really apologize about that cuss.
Oh, you're all right,
no,
man.
we got it.
You dumb mother. All right. All right, your question. What do the letters G...
I'm back to the last one. We still didn't get an answer.
Yeah, I don't know what ferments to make that kombucha.
We've been
Sauerkraut?
taking it.
Cabbage?
No. Kombucha, that is the drink. We've been talking about it for a while. Tea. Yep.
You sneaky.
You can call me a bastard. It's all right. I am a sneaky bastard. All right, your question. What do the letters GT stand for in the automotive world?
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo, huh?
Well done, sir.
What is the history of Gran Turismo? I mean,
Now
like
I
the
don't
GT
know.
is like the super sporty, you know what I mean?
Typically, if you hear GT, you're like, yeah, it's the
Was
cool
there a guy
version.
whose last name was Turismo?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just watched Ford versus Ferrari.
Was that any good? Is the movie good?
It is, but I'm really into F1 racing right now, so they get help.
Oh, right.
Okay.
But it's just kind of interesting. You learn to love the Shelby dude.
Shelby Mustang guy?
Yes, and I'm blanking on his first name.
That's
right
his
now.
name. No, it's Shelby Mustang.
Shelby.
That is-
No, it's Something Shelby. He's a badass.
Game is Big Dummy 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Jesse. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and horse.
Liquor and horse.
Jesse, are you sober, not sober?
Team not sober.
All right, Jesse, welcome to the show. Okay, Jesse, you got to live with one for
What's that?
Can I ask Ted a question?
Duh, what's up, man?
Hey, why don't you like Dr. Pepper?
Great question, Jesse.
I don't know. It's just not my thing, man. Sorry.
I guess you're a big Dr. Pepper fan, Jesse?
No, not so much. I was just wondering.
Okay, all right, fair enough. That's a fair question. Jesse, call anytime. Hey, you have to deal with one for a summer, Jesse. Will it be bears, locusts, alligators, or monkeys?
I would love to do battle with monkeys.
I bet you would.
Somehow I believe you. I absolutely believe you.
He's the second
I'll
person.
take on the whole squad.
He's the second guy that wants to fight these monkeys.
By the way, and the monkeys would be in Thailand. People still commenting on Thailand. This person at least is honest. They said, I've been to Thailand. Hookers, freak shows, kickboxing, don't have a clue what the beaches look like. Thank you for your honesty. And then Carol Shelby was the guy's name. Carol Shelby.
Apparently, it goes back to Italian. Gran Turismo.
Right, Gran Turismo. He said, Turismo, which means touring. It's fine. Good Lord. I'm responding to the people texting. Like, I understand. So,
I did not.
Yes.
Me neither.
All right, here is your question. What actor played the Green Goblin in the 2002 movie Spider-Man?
Oh, heck, I don't know.
William Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe, yeah.
Willem.
It actually is Willem, not William.
And he does look like the Green Goblin.
And no makeup. Like, he had an outfit, but like, yeah, you cast that one right.
He's another one that's so strange. I feel like I'm just like, he's a hell of an actor.
I mean, I know my dad met him in an airport one time.
Hey, Willem Dafoe?
Yeah, he's a tiny little guy.
You know what no one has ever said to anyone who's not Willem Dafoe? You look like Willem Dafoe. That has not happened on this planet. All right. In what state would you find Area 51?
Oh, goodness. Arizona.
Not a bad guess. Nevada. I'm glad that all that crap's over with.
What's that?
People trying to storm it and all that.
They were never trying to storm. A guy put it out as a joke, but then you get people who don't know it's a joke, and they're like, yeah, we're going to storm it. And then I don't remember which branch of the military, I believe it was the Air Force, who they didn't say these exact words, but the paraphrase was, we're going to shoot you dead. Mm-hmm. I mean, they made it real
Seemed like
cool.
an innocent time then.
You could not find out about these UFOs.
Those were the days. All right, the question, what is the capital of Portugal?
Oh, dear. Spain.
That would be the country next to it.
Is it Lisbon?
Lisbon. Were you going to go to Lisbon, Ted, or just Portugal?
For the beaches. Not for the...
Weren't you going to Portugal? Didn't you?
Yeah.
But you're going for the legal drugs, right?
It's going for a few reasons, but
yes, that's one of them.
that was alluring.
Right. I won't say no, but not primarily. All right, your question. Who became the first female head writer in the history of Saturday Night Live back in 1999?
Tiffany Faye?
You're close. It's Tina Fey.
What'd you say?
Is that Tiffany Fey?
Oh, yeah, you're on it, Jesse. All right, question 5.
But yeah, her. All right, question number 5 for you. In what state would you find Fort Hood?
Fort Hood? Maine?
Stop it. That's the name of my chastity belt company.
The Hooded Warrior.
Hooded Warrior.
What state would you find Fort Hood?
Texas.
Oh, Texas. I didn't know that.
Here, open this beer for me.
I get them all confused.
All right.
Jesse, what kind of beer you drinking?
Bam. So I did.
I
hear
thought
that,
he was just
by the
gonna.
way.
Right. I thought he was throwing you a softball there, Miles.
All right, your question. What color are your fingertips if they're covered in Cheetle?
Pink?
Orange.
They are, in fact, orange.
Yeah, that's the term if they're covered in Cheeto dust.
Cheetle is actually the brand name of Cheeto dust.
Is that the same stuff that's in the Kraft macaroni and cheese dry box?
I bet you it is a Cheeto derivative,
Yeah,
but I'm not
it's a
100%.
cheese powder.
Right. All right, your question. What song plays on the alarm clock in the movie Groundhog's Day?
Oh, I have no idea.
Is it Phil Collins?
It is not Phil Collins. It was a duo. They had their own TV show for a while, in fact.
I got you, babe.
Shonny and Cher.
I got you. Shonny and Cher.
Shonny and Cher is a fresh show in all Scotland.
Thank you, Mr. Connery.
You need to wear a mask when you say that.
Shonny and Cher.
Shonny and Shane.
All right, multiple choice. 0, 1, 2, or 3. How many people have fallen from the Empire State Building and survived?
Oh, goodness. I'm going to say 4.
0, 1, 2, or 3. How many?
Okay. Probably 0.
There is a caveat to this. Believe it or not, 2 people have survived, but this is the honest to God truth. Both fell from the 86th floor. That's where the observation deck is, but they landed on the 85th.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Those are the last words they heard before they...
Question number 9, Jesse.
All right, question number 9. We go to the world of comics. Captain America issue number 1 featured a cover that had Captain America punching what historical figure?
George Washington.
This is my country now, George.
That bitch.
Knock them wooden teeth right out of your mouth.
That'd be Adolf Hitler.
Uh-huh.
Adolf Hitler. Hey, hang on the line for us, Jesse.
Yeah,
hang
we'll
on the
get
line.
back to you in question number 10. You are listening to The Men's Room.
The COVID-19 pandemic showed us how a microscopic virus could upend our lives. There is so much out there that we need to understand. But for every threat, there are heroes working at the edges of science and policy to protect us. I'm Dr. Abdul El-Sayed, former Detroit Health Director and host of Crooked Media's America Dissected. Every episode, I talk to the doctors, scientists, culture makers, and policy leaders who are working out new ways to protect us against our biggest threats. New episodes of America Dissected every Tuesday. Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.